Hello pro traders, welcome to my channel. It's Gwen here live at GW Pro, and in today I want to be sharing with you a full market breakdown of the current situation we have with the Nzdcad. Alright, so the Nzdcad here, that the Kiwi and also the Canadian dollar. I'm going to be giving you a full breakdown as well, and also looking at some fundamentals analysis with you guys, and also giving you also technical setup as to what to expect from this one here. Alright. So first, I'm going to be sharing with you the fundamental aspect of it, and as well, we don't have really much also with the fundamental, but we've also seen that Reserve Bank of New Zealand, when it's raised the official cash rate by 25 basis points, also to 0.5%. All right, so during its October meeting and matching market expectation. All right, so that's what we saw for October. Also in the last meeting as well, we can go ahead and look at as well also what's going on in terms of the inflation. We have also the inflation at 4.9, which was also released last, or what, that's also the last release that was sent out. We have inflation at 4.9. that was for third quarter. And I would really say it's really a high inflation rate, all right, because that's the high we've gone in a very long while as well. And as always, I'm going to be sharing with you also possibilities and what could also happen. All right, so thereby that forced also the New Zealand Reserve Bank to also increase their interest rate as well. All right, and we could also be saying that that also, because of inflation thereby reduces the purchasing power. It could also be as a result of demand, all right, or it could also be as a result of demand as well. So if the demand is high, all right, we could also have that as well. We can also have inflation as a result of demand. All right, so we can have more demand, less supply, rather than more supply and less demand. All right, so that could also be the case as well. All right, so let's just go ahead and then look at some technical analysis as well. So what we also have, and how we would also approach this on a trading sense. All right. So apart from this one here, we did have what looked like a corrective wave inside of this territory here. So we had a 5-wave move to the downside. All right, which as well turned into a correction, and we had price then breakout of that structure there. All right, so ever since we had that breakout, we had a little bit of structure there which could have created this breakout, but then price fell to rally from that point to the upside. However, price did consolidate inside of this point, all right, before then breaking the structure. All right, so we have a direction, all right, but however, what I'm going to be doing with this one is that I'm not going to be looking at a too lengthy analysis with you guys, but rather I'm going to be sharing with you setups. I'm going to be giving you market analysis. I'm going to be giving you price action. All right, so for this one here, apart from the fact that we did have a consolidation inside of this territory here, and also what looked like a breakout here, but however, I would point it out to you guys that if price fails to make further up rises or meet up with this expectation of a breakout, that this could also turn into an A, and this could be a B, all right, which is also a corrective wave, because definitely we did see that price was moving inside of a parallel line. All right, so we could also be seeing what could look like a C start to develop to the downside. However, there's also a possibility of a double bottom, so that should not be ruled out of the equation. That is also, or might also be, a possibility. So from this point here, we then started seeing lower lows, lower highs. Back from 2017, we also saw lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, and ever since then we didn't have a complete breakout, because this was the wave D around that point of the 0.9 to 800 territory, and we also had it that price then came into that zone as well and showed a rejection on a monthly time frame of that territory there. However, price did drop from that point to downside. All right, so we had price then try to move up into testing the area and then staying up, but we had price then going down. So definitely what I'm going to be doing with you guys is that the whole of this area here could also form a liquidity zone. All right, so the whole of this area is where we have bulls and where we have bears, and we want to see market overcome any of this. So what is it going to be? Is it going to be a move that can break this point, retest, and then continue to the upside, or we will have price then shadow inside of this territory and then drop down to complete the A, B, C? All right, so we have the A, B, and then the C. All right, so is that what we're going to be looking at? So however, any one or which of the setup is also possible, because we can also be having an impulse, correction, impulse to complete this A, B, and C. But however, I would expect that the C leg would also be one that could drop below the previous A leg. However, so what I'm going to be looking at with you guys with this one here, I'm going to be looking at two scenarios. I'm going to be looking at a bearish momentum. All right, so what I'm doing right now, I'm only waiting for bearish opportunities. All right, I've got a lot of questions about this, and also when I'm doing this on pre-market analysis, I've got questions about this as well. So I've got questions like, Gwen, why do you want to look at bearish opportunities for this one? All right, so many of the times when I'm going out or when I'm plotting my charts, all right, so I have a lot of people that wants to trade the A wave. All right, people ask a lot of questions, students ask a lot of questions, and they want to trade the A wave. But the difference between a professional trader and also a struggling trader is the difference is in the decision making. All right, so however, you need to be able to put up some level of risk, all right, and then be consistent in the kind of trade setups to look for. Okay, so what I'm seeing right now is I see a possible downtrend. All right, but however, a lot of traders could also be seeing a possible bottom here. All right, because that's also nice. All right, for a double bottom here. But however, prices bounce this structure here, then moved in an ABC format. All right, drop to downside. So however, this could also be a retracement and prices could then continue to downside. It's all a possibility. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be waiting for an opportunity for a breakthrough downside, because that's what I'm going to be waiting for to do. But however, I expect that we could also find price coming back into testing key Fibonacci retracement areas there. However, because this area here, which I just put up a line there, is also the 61.8 of the swing. All right, so that's 0.852. all right, so what I'm going to be looking at, I'm going to be looking at a possibility of being able to hit that target. All right, so here on the daily time frame, what we can also identify on the daily time frame as well is also this. All right, so I'm going to break this down as much as I can in order to make you or the students here as well understand how I use the A wave. All right, so here we also had it that price then from this support, because I was looking at this support then, and when I had this breakout, a retracement breakout, so market then started making higher highs, higher lows. We had a drop that then take out this structure initially. We had then price move to the upside, drop, move to the upside, and then drop. Definitely we had a consolidation inside of that. So we had this A, this B, and we had this C. All right, so however, we did have that price then broke to downside, but couldn't take out also this support here as well. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be expecting that price could at one point inside of this zone get tired and get weak. All right, so but however, before I move, all right, so if you're watching this video, as always in all my videos, I am going to be giving you some tip in also to spot reversals pattern also in the market. Remember, as always, I say that a failed reversal pattern is also a continuation pattern, and a failed continuation pattern is also a reversal pattern. If you look at this chart here, you also identify that this was a structure that could have formed as a bullish flag, and then we can have price then break to the upside. But however, that came in, stalled around the B leg, because this was the B leg, and we had A, B, C, stalled around the B leg, and then moved to downside. You want to see price either continue from here, or any drop from this point could also mean that market could also start from there to be going down. So what I'm going to be looking at also with this one, I'm going to be waiting for a possibility of a structure. All right. Apart from the fact that I've also used a Fibonacci tool, and I've drawn from the swing high to the swing low, and I have it that I want to start looking for opportunities inside of the 61.8 and also the 78.6 FIB area there. So I'm going to put up a line or a zone or a territory. All right, so that's going to be a territory. Remember, resistance support is not a single line, but rather it is a territory which you should be looking at, all right, for price to then give you a valid entry for a reversal. All right, so from this point is where I want to start looking for reversals. So I'm not going to shadow this. I'm going to make this clean so I can be able to see clearly. All right, so however, today being the 20th, I'm not going to be looking for bullish opportunities, but I'm going to be waiting for bearish ones. Okay, so if price then continue making up rises, I'm not going to be concerned with that one, but rather I'm going to have to wait. All right, so we had this flag here, and then we had this breakout top side, and then we had price reject this and then drop during the Bank of Canada news. So also what I'm going to be doing with this one here, since I'm looking for bearish opportunities, I'm going to have to wait no matter how long, all right, to achieve that goal. All right, so what I'm going to be doing with this one here, we did have price drop from that point. Price did trade inside of this small channel here, but as you can see that this channel here, which price traded for some time here around Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, was cleared, and then price then cleared the whole channel, then invalidating this channel completely. All right, so what we want to see is if I could have a situation that price could give me a valid entry. So definitely this is a setup for an entry. Okay, so I'm going to be doing this as well. I'm going to put up a parallel line here for this one. I'm going to also put up a structure. I'm going to have to take this one and I'm going to put it here. All right, I'm going to put it there. Remember also my guidelines for drawing a resistance as well. So you want to see 2 touches or more than 2 touches. All right, so more than 2 touches is what you want to be seeing. All right, so let's just go ahead and then put that. I'm going to put up a line here. All right, so we have these 2 touch on the H1 as well. Let's look at the H4 as well. This also was 2 touch. So I'm going to put that there, and also we have also a touch here of this resistance here, also here, also here. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for a breakout of this structure here. All right, so if then we could have a breakout of this structure, clearing this previous structure there, on a retest could be the best time to look for bearish opportunities. All right, so that's what I'm going to be doing. All right, because I want to short the Nzdcad. What I want to do. All right, so however, I am a bear in this one. All right, until I could then also have it that price could then clear this previous high here. So this previous high here, if price could clear this previous high there, definitely that's when I'm going to start looking for bullish opportunities. But however, for this one here, I will only sit around and then wait patiently for a bearish opportunity. So I could also start to draw assessments that I might also be in a level that I could be saying something of this nature. All right, so this was a very massive drop. Sorry about that. Let me just get that out of the way. You can have that to be A, B, C, D, and we could be working on E. So definitely when you're looking at that kind of structure, you could be looking at an ending diagonal or an ending wave, because definitely you have a 5-wave move at the top. You're going to be looking at that as an ending structure. All right, so I'm going to be waiting for decision time. It's confirmation time. All right, we're going to be waiting for decision and we're going to wait for confirmations. Okay, so once we have a confirmation as well, so I'm going to take this out from this structure because I don't want to be looking at this structure anymore. I'm done with this structure now. I'm going to put it here. Right, so I'm going to be waiting for a break below this point here, and if I have that on the retest, I will then look to continue downward. Then I can then have more of space to then put my stop loss up here. All right, that's what I want to be doing. So see you next time. Also mark this up on your chart, and this is how I'm also set up to take this trade as well with the Nzdcad. I love you all. Like, subscribe, share with friends. That's the best thank you, and it also help in the creation of more educational videos. Drop in the comment below what pay you want to see in my next analysis. Courtesy David.